Welcome to another episode of the Coach Simmons Show. We're at a special place today, Weston Hills Country Club for the Simmons Boys Foundation golf tournament. Coach Simmons, you know, this is a big deal for you. I know every year you work really, really hard for this. I know this is a thing that's very dear to your heart, which is autism. I want to talk a little bit about how that's affected you personally and affected your family.
Well, autism, like I said, my son is autistic, good kid, smart kid. You learn so much more about that type of stuff and in and outs, what's the pros and the cons of it. And like I said, people are here in Weston Hills to support us. I really appreciate that. It's nice, warm South Florida day here in Weston Hills. Look how beautiful it is out here. We guys playing back and forth to support autism. And I'm here also with one of my dear friends, Mr. Thomas Mays, the man next to the man that knows everything. I made the big plan. He's here today in Weston Hills Country Club.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So Tom, welcome. Thank you for jumping on. I know your background's in finance and also social media content. You really have dove into that. Talk a little bit about your relationship with David over the years and the involvement that you've seen David and just the Simmons family over the years.
Well, first of all, it's great to be out here with David and to see him just kind of continue to evolve and grow. Nothing surprised me with what this guy can accomplish. And personally, on a side note, you know, my son also struggles with autism as well. So it's touched my family, and I'm sure it's touched a lot of your families out there too. So kudos to David for running this event, supporting people that are on the spectrum, you know, of autism. I've known David for probably like 15 years now, going back to days when I actually had the privilege of coaching Austin when he was 9 years old, and Austin was always, he was always playing up. I don't think he ever played in his own age group. You know, as a 9-year-old, he probably played in a 12U group, and then, you know, when he was 10, he was playing in 15s, etc. And I've just seen that kid grow into a monster athlete and such a great kid. And that's kudos to David in terms of how he raises his family, and not just Austin, but all of his kids too. So it's a pleasure to actually see not only the success behind David, but actually seeing the inner workings in terms of what has actually brought on that success, which is discipline, you know, focus, and just raising good quality kids.
Yeah, it's an incredible job that you've done, David, and
I appreciate that.
I think more parents should look into your type of model and what you've been able to do. Do you have any advice to parents out there that to run the same thing you've ran with your kids, and you know, the challenges that presents?
Well, I think the challenge is for most parents is being comfortable. This is not a comfortable situation. It's not comfortable to do what we do. And if everybody does it, you're average, right? So I don't want to raise average children. We'll do extraordinary children, if that makes sense. Because you go for the extraordinary, if you come short, you still be above average usually. If you go for average, you come short, you be under average. So that's how I looked at it. I never looked at it as me doing things special. I just think that was just my job to do as a father and a mentor. But I just wanted to, you know, the kids, they're tough. They're tough dealing with kids, man.
Right.
I mean, like you say, social media. A lot of kids have used social media as their parents these days. Like, they really believe in what they see. And you got to kind of cut that off. And, you know, people talk about the homeschool stuff. We talked about that. And, you know, I'm not big on homeschool early, to be honest with you. I think, you know, I like regular school, T-by middle school. I think the middle school age tendencies to be the so-called trap age. You learn a lot of bad habits in middle school. You don't learn that many bad habits in first grade. You know what I'm saying? But you get by the 5th grade, 6th grade, I mean, I've seen it all, man.
Right.
The kids, they do dope in 5th grade these days, man.
Right.
So you teach a lot of bad habits, and so you have a tendency to want to keep, you know, I pulled my kids to play baseball first. Of course, I moved Tom from baseball. I learned a lot about baseball. I had to learn how to coach baseball. I'm a football coach. And I learned a lot from him just talking to him, and he's like, okay, Dave, okay, I'm gonna read that, I'm gonna do that again. But I add my own athleticism stuff into that. And that's how I did. I learned from other people, man. Him, a guy like Carlos Castillo, right? Ray Noriega, Berman, Mr. Berman up in TBT, that let me work out there in those facilities. And they didn't have to do that. That's a blessing. So our situation with us when raising the kids is a lot of work. So if you're one of them parents that just want to drop your kid off to a trainer, it might not work for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not a cookie cutter situation. Hey, everybody can do this. And you got to have kids to be receptive too. You got to get that, and that starts from a young age.
Right.
That's what
I think the biggest challenge, though, you know, I have these conversations with my wife, is convincing my wife, because I want to take my kids
100%.
now in middle school to, you know, homeschool him. My oldest is a tennis player, right? So I already see that, tennis takes a lot of time, right, and work. So I want to pull her from school, but the obstacle is my wife. What advice do you have to us fellas out there trying to convince our wives to...
I know I went through it. Oh, man, I almost had to do, man. I thought I was gonna be a preacher. I prayed. Man, I'm about to be T.D. Jakes Jr. I thought I was gonna be Muslim, Catholic,
right?
Pakistan. What are they gonna do from Pakistan? Muslim too? Like Muslim, Pakistan?
Hindu,
all that. Buddha. I with everybody about this, but no, really on the real talk. But the thing is, like, the hardest part is, as a man, sometimes you gotta stick to a plan. And mothers are important, but my situation, and I'll be honest with you, even friends, male friends of mine, I think I'm the only person that wanted to do it on planet for my kids. And I got a lot of flack. And of course, after the fact, we did a great job. It's a great job. I know I get we. I know we French now. Before, we. You're like, oh no, anything go wrong, it's you.
Right.
Anything go right, it's we, us. Like, so, but that's kind of hard. Like I said, it's Father's Day weekend, man.
Right.
So my job was to, I chose to stop coaching professionally to make sure my kids were right. And that was my most important decision to do. So I said, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna stop it, we're gonna go hard. And I think I made the right decision.
Absolutely, you made the right decision.
There is nobody that knows more about homeschooling than this man right here. And I've seen it not just with one kid, but 2 kids and 3 kids. I mean, he's become even more of an expert as he goes along with this stuff. I'm going to call it the Simmons spin on everything that we're talking about here. So whether it's, being a better baseball coach, he's taken a little bit from everybody and then put his own wrapper around that and made it really unique and special.
Yeah, he's an incredible individual. The more I get to know him over the years, the more impressed I am with him and the way he sees things, and I respect it. Some people tell you, you have conversations with people outside, they're like, oh, he's very difficult to deal with, and I'm like, I love that. Because he knows what he wants, he's clear on his vision, and he's gonna hold people accountable to that vision. And that's what it takes to raise your son, Austin Simmons. Now Kenneth is coming behind him. Like, if you want above average individuals, you're gonna have to coach them to a certain standard to propel that. And society's not gonna agree with it.
No.
Listen, I've been some of those parents that have been in the background behind him coaching,
right.
And I hear those parents.
Right.
and that's just noise to me.
Right.
That's great. And look where those kids and those parents
100%.
are now, compared to what he's done with his kids.
Right.
So take that as noise, which is what I do.
Absolutely.
Stick to the plan like you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, but on this though, I think we talked about before, I think people have a tendency to, especially the age when I met you, to worry about their kids too much athletically at 7 years old. And 90% of the kids don't play no more.
Right.
Like all the kids that we played, they'll be these great 7, and no against these kids, but kids catch up. Some kids grow, some kids stop growing, some kids don't care. Like, it's just like, and then you get a situation like with me, I ain't really let you stop. You gonna get better, we're gonna
work.
And then they ain't play only one sport. My kids play more than one sport. I think sometimes with baseball, especially on that baseball circuit, it's a lot of tournaments. I think you triple A gonna hate me now, but I think y'all doing too many damn tournaments. I think you rather spend that money. But you have to talk about it, what we did. If we go to a tournament, right, Tom, if you have a wife and kids, all the mother skunkers gotta go to the tournament too. Do you understand? So if I we're in Miami, Florida, and we got a tournament in Orlando, it's usually a 2-day tournament. And don't have a decent team, it might be 3, okay? So now I gotta take off work.
And then you drive all the way and you play a team from Hialeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Coach? How you doing, Coach?
The whole weekend you play against teams from Miami. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna play here. We can play in the hot park right here.
Right.
Now you got to feed them.
Right.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Probably 3, because they know it's a tournament. So the hotel got rated with sky high. So now you're talking about 3 or 4 people in a frame room, unless you get an Airbnb or something like that.
Don't forget, if it's at a Disney park,
Yeah.
you're paying Disney rates for the water and the sodas, and the Gatorades that everybody wants.
Right. Yep. You're paying that, and your kid get 2 at-bats, and he take both strikeouts looking. So I hope you understand this, people. Your kid swinging all the time. He goes to the tournament. It's about, dang, I thought that was the ball. Let me tell you something, boy. I spent $1,200 for this day, and you looked at a pitch. It's a good possibility DCF coming out here. Because like I paid $1,200 because you looked at a pitch, bro. I don't care if you swing at Jesus, swing high. I don't care, do something athletic. It cost me $1,200, you looked at a pitch. I got a problem with that. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. I just got a problem with that.
Not to mention the umpires, their strike zone is this big anyway because they want to move that game along.
Oh, right.
You know what's coming?
Right.
Lightning delays.
Right. Right.
And you get pushed back. Oh, guess what, man? Can't do nothing about the Lightning. I think I played 2 games, man. Thanks for coming out. Good night. Like Russell Simmons. I'm like, what do I do? What we doing? I spent $1,700 for this damn tournament. I played 2 games. My kid got 2 at-bats a game, 4 at-bats. We're gonna spend $3,000.
Right. One of the things I want to discuss is the NIL, and it's a hot topic, issue right now that's going on in college athletics. But what advice do you have parents that are starting to come up, like, what David experienced with Austin, coming into this world, not understanding how this truly works and what to do with all this money that fell in your lap overnight?
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing turn, especially from the days when I played in college. It did not exist. So now not only do you have NIL, but you have NIL, you got money coming from the college, and then you got these kids getting brand deals as well. So the amount of money is incredible. First thing I tell parents to do, take a deep breath. Almost think about it like you won the lottery. Don't let anybody know about it, number one, and then go get some help. Go get help from an accountant, an attorney, and a financial advisor. And keep those 3 people in your back pocket. Get those first, get a plan together. Don't start spending money, do anything yet. Just get yourself a plan and put that together first. And kudos and hats off to David for doing that and recognizing that early. Not only does he have an incredible athlete and an incredible kid, but also incredible money's coming along with that. But he knows how to put that into place and give you the right kind of structure behind it. Let's make a good foundation, making sure that we have the right types of trust, the right types of accounts to set us up, and then we can get into where to invest it. But right now, take a big deep breath. I won the lottery. What are we going to do with it?
I have a question. Are the schools educating the parents on this particular subject when it comes to their
Well, they've been doing it lately, but not really.
Okay.
I don't think they do a real good job of it. I think they really just want you to play football. To be honest with you.
Right.
Because it's a revolving door in college.
I also think it's a liability standpoint from the college to say, hey, we're going to go with Joey over here or Sally over here as a representative for our school and let them talk on the professionalism of that. I think it becomes more of a person-to-person kind of choice. And I don't think that the colleges want to have that arm's length away from that ownership of it.
Right, understood. I was thinking more of an educational standpoint, not assigning certain institutions or people.
I think they have like little seminars, but it's not very official. I think that one of the biggest problems too is you guys into marketing and stuff is leads, right? Everybody does leads for marketing. When you're part of a program, the program coaches will have the warmest lead of anybody to your kid other than yourself. That's the biggest problem with college football to me, college sports. When you do all this work out, get your kid a certain way, then you drop them off to somebody else. You really drop them off to somebody else and pray that what you put into them stays in them. What happened is the problem is dropping off a person that was a kid, now they become a man or a woman, now they think they got all the sins anyway, and they making some money. And so now you gotta have that so-called foundation before they go. Honestly, I think one of the best things happened to me was Austin was so young when he left that, I was still, he was still a minor.
Right.
A lot of kids don't be minors when they go. I done seen kids pretty much cut their parents off for the longest, with a lot of, and some good reasons. I mean, some parents, there's some bad parents out there too now. So I done seen some parents pretty much just take their kids' money.
Right. Right.
I've seen that, but that's very rare. I'm saying it all the times, but I also see the kids they didn't want to follow instructions.
Right.
And then what happened is like if I'm a head coach. Let me give you an example. If I'm a coach and I coach your son, and coach knows me, and guess what? I'm gonna have a get together at my house. Okay, coach. Okay, we're coming over. Okay, you and your mom and child. Oh, come on. Now I'm bringing my cousin Tom Mays to the house. He's a investor. I got my other uncle. My uncle, he does insurance too. Oh, my auntie, she's a realtor. Her you looking for a place. That's how they get banged out. I love Nick Saban, great guy. He helped me to get my car. How many Mercedes-Benz does Nick Saban own?
A lot.
I bet you got a lot of guys in Alabama got cars.
Right.
I bet they bought a lot from him. You see what I'm saying? So you see how it goes? It's a warmer league, correct? If Joe Blow walked there, also now got an insurance guy. My insurance guy, how you doing? He probably walk you, run away from you.
Right.
Which I tell him to. Hey man, run away fast as possible. So that's another thing that happens too in these schools. You know, you got I know a trainer. Hell, it was an Ole Miss. A trainer was like part insurance agent.
Remember before Austin left, I said, Austin, there were two things I wanted you to do, and I won't tell you the one, but I'll tell you the other. As I said, you're gonna get people to walk up to you and say, hey, I have this amazing investment opportunity for you.
Yeah.
And I said, Austin, here's what I want you to do. Man, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Everything that happens in my world in terms of investments, you need to talk to my father. But once again, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. I call it the jam sandwich technique. Nice, jam in the no, nice at the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was it.
Right.
He said, yeah, I'll do it. And I said, no, I want to hear you say it before you leave. And he said it. The next year he came back and he goes, Tom, I did it. Somebody came up to me and I did it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's predatory what some of these people are trying to do because they know these kids have a lot of money.
Also, let me tell you, even your family members, it's not that always predatory. They might really have good intentions. They're just not good business. But what I'm saying, but they're just not good business people.
Right.
So like if I had this didn't happen, this doesn't happen. But I had a cousin, hypothetically, he would own a barbecue place. Hey, man, hey man, I need $50,000, man, with the best ribs in town. The best, boy, I need a chicken sandwich. Like, but man, cuz, man, you can't sell a Rubik's Cube, bro. like now, something you gonna have a barbecue sandwich and you gonna make it all these chairs and stuff. It sounds good, and then you feel kind of obligated sometimes because they're your relatives.
Right.
So you gotta tell the people, hey man, my money's in a trust. I got a certain type of way. I'm a fixed income, and that's how you got to come at people like that, and that's difficult. But you got to take care of it.
I got one more story that I want David to kind of tell you his version. I'm going to tell you what I saw from my version, and this just speaks to his character. Last summer, we were here in Florida, hot summer day. Austin had a workout in Fort Lauderdale at a public park. I think it was on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday.
Now, all these guys are out there, they're in shape. They all have their ripped abs. I'm like, hey, somebody stole my abs. My abs, give them back to me.
Right.
But anyway, this kid drives up in a yellow Ferrari.
Yeah.
Wasn't David's kid.
Yeah.
But David walked across there, giving him the business. Like, what are you doing driving a yellow Ferrari on a Tuesday to a public park? You know, I spent whatever, $400 a day or whatever.
No, I think it was spending like $1,500 a day.
Right. And it was
like, it was
David
ridiculous.
made sure, so this just speaks to his character. David made sure to tell that kid, like, hey, listen. But here goes the other moral of the story is, if you don't have a place for that money will find a place to be spent.
Right.
And it certainly did with him in that car. But it was fun to see David not just take his Simmons spin for his kids, but also impart that on the other
kids. Yeah, we brought kids in from Ole Miss, with wide receiver. And then the sad part about it, right, he paid all his money. He got a Lamborghini, it was a Ferrari Lamborghini, right? And then it rained. It came down. I said, that what you get. He want to have the top down. Yeah, I can't put the top down now. Boom! Like all that lightning, right? Yeah,
on a Tuesday, right?
On a Tuesday, like.
If it was us, maybe we'd get it for like a Friday.
Right, exactly.
Down the strip or something like that, and actually make it be beneficial.
Right.
That's like the hood people. That's like the hood people be putting Lamborghini for the prom.
Right.
Your whole household made $40,000. You got a Lamborghini. You renting a Lamborghini for the prom for little Johnny. Little Johnny got a 2.1 GPA. He barely graduated.
You know, people are living.
Building a Honda. Like, what we doing? Little Johnny can't spell prom. And right now, you got to spend 2.1. What's wrong with that? So against the law, put him in that damn
People
prom.
are living for the gram, man. That's the society that we live in, right? They're living for Instagram and to show to people, you know, I've made it, I've done this, I've done that. And in reality, you haven't done shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's the reality of it. Tom, where can people find you?
Tom Money Mays on social media. Reach out through David too. Happy to, kind of speak to his prowess and his, professionalism in terms of what he's grown into with the school and helping people with, in my opinion, just to become better young men and better people overall. I think that's where the foundation starts. And then after that, we can talk about, education, home education, and where that can go, whether you're an athlete or you're not an athlete. Right. I think there's a perfect fit for it there.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the insight.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Pleasure, man.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Same here.